What's up guys, CyberHoudini here and welcome back to your daily dose of gaming. It is the 5th of May. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We're kicking things off today with lots of lovely game trailers, some hidden gems that people have kind of been sleeping on. May is absolutely jam-packed with games. We know that this Friday, merely 2 days away, we have Resident Evil 8. I can't wait, Resident Evil Village. The reviews are coming out already. We've got new stuff coming from Biomutant as well, and some new news about Mass Effect Legendary Edition as well. So busy day. And then after this, we're gonna play a little bit of Resident Evil 7's DLC to get ready for Resident Evil Village. That sounds like a good day to me. Hell yes. I'm glad to be back, and I'm very appreciative of everyone who's given me such a warm welcome back. Thank you so much for that. Hell yeah. Alright, let's get into this. No messing around. We'll keep this short and sweet today. Not a whole lot going on. Still a lot of news surrounding the Epic and Apple lawsuit. As I was talking about, it's ongoing. Each day seems to be more dirty laundry from this developer, this publisher. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy to watch unfold. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits after this, I would imagine. A lot of redacted stuff. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with a little bit of Shadow Warrior 3. If you guys haven't been following the Shadow Warrior series, you're missing out. It's good old-fashioned, gory fun, and really funny humor. Like, it's all lowbrow. I mean, the main character is called Lo Wang, but it's super fun. Flying Hogs are the name of the developer, and they're really cool. The second game, they went for a co-op style, which is really cool, and now they're working on Shadow Warriors 3, and it actually looks amazing. It looks really cool. So definitely following the footsteps of things like Doom and that. Like, Shadow Warrior is an old game that came out along with Doom and Wolfenstein and those kind of games back then, and they remade it, kind of what's going on with Wolfenstein and Doom right now. So yeah, let's kick this off. This is coming straight from IGN. They've got the IGN First, which is where they show off a game. They've got exclusive coverage of it. This is the Double Trouble gore weapon they're showing off. We can already see a little bit of the grappling hook, a lot of interdimensional stuff going on. We're used to that in the Shadow Warrior series, but this looks like next level. It's kind of like Bulletstorm and Doom mixed together. I feel with the new Doom remakes, especially Doom Eternal as well, selling, you know, the most out of every single Doom game combined. It's pretty crazy. It's awesome to see that in this day and age, we haven't lost the bollocks hard, super fun and gory FPS games, you know. 'Cause I don't want to lose that. I feel like games tend to try and focus a little bit too much on story these days, and it falls flat. So I'm glad to know they're still out there. The Gassy Oberian, Jesus, he's got like a fetus. It's like a weird Siamese demon. Nice to see some twin gun. Oh, that looks like the super shotgun. Yeah, there's definitely taking a, like, even Shadow Warrior back in the day was known to be similar to the style of Doom. There was many Doom clones back then. Dude, he just ripped the what? Oh wow, that's why they call it a gore weapon. That's so cool. Wow. Okay, I should have copped on. But the fact that he pulled it out of the demon and turned it into a weapon is so sick. These games are super fun, and it's one of the series, you know, along with Doom as well, the new ones, where they've really pushed for 60 frames on consoles, especially the older consoles that are definitely showing their age now. The fact that they were able to pull off arena kills, they were able to pull off that kind of stuff is awesome. Hell yeah. This hopefully will come out sometime this year. I don't think we have a definite release date yet. I super enjoyed the first game. I think like it nailed the humor and everything, and the second one kind of focused more on co-op, so the story was not as good, but still really good. I mean, you can't complain too much. I love that symbol, the logo even, excuse me. I have a feeling that Lo Wang might be transforming or something in this one. Look, he looks like half dragon. He's always had like a dragon vibe to it, but this is something else. I can't wait. Can't wait for all the silly little jokes. I wish they'd bring back the demon from the first one. Hey, Bernie, how's it going, dude? Happy Cinco de Mayo, man. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. It's a hump day and Cinco de Mayo all the same day. I love it. We're going to do a little bit of Resident Evil after this. Short and sweet. We're just going to go over some game releases and game news today. Straight off the press of basically, you know, we heard about Jade Raymond leaving Google Stadia and that she's forming her own studio, and it looks like she's doing a nice bit of hiring as well, which is great. Jade Raymond started off at Ubisoft. She is pretty much one of the creative minds behind Assassin's Creed back then, you know, and we wouldn't have it as it is now without her. And she's kind of hopped around. She was at EA Motive for a while, then she went to Google Stadia, and it's just just been having just a little bit trouble. Probably a lot of headbutting. We know that, unfortunately, the game industry still is quite misogynistic, so it might be tough for them to have like a head female lead, you know. So hopefully she'll find her place, because I think when she will get to show her vision, it will be amazing. Apparently what she was working on for Google Stadia was called like a GTA killer or something to compete with like GTA and GTA Online. So I would love to see that come to fruition. It might still, you know, a lot of times these creative leads and creative directors have that vision, and you know, it's not an IP that yet, so they can still hold on to that vision, that idea, and make it their own. So I hope it happens for sure. But yeah, she seems to be hiring a lot of people, definitely from Google Stadia and that, which is great, because we were a little bit worried about them finding like new jobs after that. It's always pretty tough. Her new studio is called Haven Studios, and I wish her the best. You know, we're still probably a long way away from seeing anything, but yeah, I wish them the best. Hopefully her going out on her own will lead to a lot of profitability for sure. Hell yes, it's going well. How are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm just glad to be back. It's nice to get back into the swing of things, hanging out with friends. I love it. It makes me very happy. Makes me very happy. Alright, cool. So yeah, I wish the best for Jade Raymond, for sure. Next we have a little bit of Psychonauts 2. If you guys haven't played the first Psychonauts, it's going on the Game Pass, and you can get it very cheap on PlayStation or Steam. It's a wonderful game if you're a fan of the old school 3D platformers and you're craving that little bit of like Banjo or Mario, but you don't have a Switch. Psychonauts is a great one. So Psychonauts 2 will be coming out hopefully sometime this year. And it looks amazing. It looks like it's straight out of the mind of Tim Schafer over at Double Fine. I want them to make Custom Quest 3, please. Come on, make it co-op. So yeah, some gorgeous screens. Like, look at the fidelity of this. Wow. It probably will be a Xbox and PC exclusive. It'll probably come day and date to Game Pass as well. But my god, it almost looks like something like Coraline as well. It's just gorgeous. Now some of this is in cutscene, but most of it is gameplay. That right there is gameplay. It's just an explosion of color, very psychedelic. I love it, love it, love it. I can't wait for this. In between Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2, they made a VR game, I believe. I didn't get to try it out, but I heard it was kind of wacky. It's pretty cool. It'd be nice to see that kind of, get controller support and maybe come to consoles as well. That's how I feel. The same way about good mobile games as well. I'm like, put them on console, they'll do really well. You can do it. But yeah, this looks amazing. It just got a store page as well, where a lot of these screenshots have come from. So that's a good sign that, things are moving forward. Hopefully, that means it also maybe has been rated by a DSRB, maybe, or PEGI, whichever country you're in. It's a sign that they're getting ready. I'd say they'll have a big blowout at E3, which will be around this time next month, around the 12th of June. I'll be streaming as much of it live as I can. It's my favorite time of year. It's like Christmas for gamers, and it'll be no different. Like, look at this. This looks like something now of a Pixar movie, or like I said, Coraline and the Box Trolls and that. Great movies. It looks like, it looks almost stop motion. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Such unique characters. For sure. Double Fine are one-of-a-kind developers, and you can see why Microsoft wanted to acquire them, for sure. There's no dev quite like them. It looks like he's inside somebody's mouth there. Creepy! Creepy. I can't wait. Yeah, that's what Psychonauts is kind of all about, going inside people's brains and seeing their dreams and memories and all that. It's very unique, and it leads to really cool, art style, Almost like something out of Alice in Wonderland. Hell yeah. Alright, on to the next piece of news. We're not messing around today. Hell yes. I want to get to Resident Evil. I think I'll just do End of Zoe, and I'll be happy enough with that. And then maybe tomorrow, I'm so close to Platinum and finishing off Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I would love to send that off, for sure. Yeah, so Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is coming out next Friday, the 14th. We know that a lot of people have been waiting for it, me included. We'll finally get to play the whole series, and with a lovely updates as well. It looks like they're going to have 120 frames a second support on the Xbox Series X. That's very impressive, pretty cool. And upwards of 240 FPS on PC, which is insane. But the cool thing about the 120 frames a second support means that you will be able to get 4K 60 pretty much on both of the next-gen consoles. So if that's what you're into, you can play it either way. 120 frames is very impressive. A lot of people don't have, capable TVs or monitors to show that off. But if you do, it's there. It's nice to have that option for sure. No 120 frames support on PlayStation 5 yet, though, unfortunately. And it's mainly due because it's not a native port. It would be backwards compatible, and that's where the trouble comes into it. I think they need an extra update. But it might be something that comes down the line. So yeah, it is only coming to Xbox One and PS4 for now. But you can play them through, you know, backwards compatibility, which I've been doing with a lot of stuff on the PS5, and it is really nice. It gives it that bump, and you never really have to worry about frame drops or anything. It's nice, but you know, I think we're all in the same boat. It's nice to play new stuff built for the machine. That'll come over the next 2 years, you know. I think this fall will show that a lot of games will be next-gen exclusive. It seems like a lot of the big shooters, Battlefield 6, which will be just called Battlefield, and Call of Duty of this year, which I think is going to be either World War II or Vietnam. It's been head up by Sledgehammer. Apparently it's a little bit on rocky road, but we'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see. The rumor is they're both going to be on next gen only. I think it's still a little bit early for that. Like, between both of them, I think there's around 8 million PS5s out there and about maybe 5 million Xbox Series X's and that. But ask anybody and they still can't get their hands on them, and that's not going to change until probably early next year after the Christmas rush and that. So yeah, I don't know. They can only make as many as they can, and COVID has really put a hitch in all that. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, the Mass Effect series is pretty special. It came out around the time it was definitely a proven ground for games on the 360. You know, from Bioshock to Dead Space to Mass Effect. It was a special time in gaming, you know. And Batman came along, the Arkham games. You really could not go wrong with gaming back then, you know. Pretty damn cool. So yeah, I'll be definitely playing these. I'm excited to see the improvements with Mass Effect. It sounds like they've really gone back and given it a little bit of love. I'm glad. I'm just playing some Cold Wars. Very nice, very nice. Kick some ass, dude. What's the highest round you've gotten to so far? Alright, speaking of FPS Boost and that, with the FPS Boost over at Xbox, they've added another like 74 titles now with upwards of 120 frames a second support on some Xbox One games and that. PlayStation didn't want to be left behind, so they put out a 19-second trailer, don't ask me, with like, yeah, so it's their game boost. They're talking about how certain games are getting FPS boost, and one of them, very suspiciously, is Shadow of the Colossus, which we know has had some issues with that. I think you have to play the disc version to get it, but pretty cool. That's literally all that's in the trailer. You see Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Shadow of the Colossus. It's kind of funny, they really just wanted to put something together to try and subvert everyone talking about the FPS boost on Xbox. That's really all you can see there, but still, it's nice that this is happening. People do want it on more of a native style, because right now it seems they all need an update. Now, the coolest thing about this for me is that they've created this semi-little logo here, right? You know, it seems like, you know, it's simple enough. I get that for sure. But this is something that could be put on to the boxes or onto the store, you know. Have their own little area for boosted FPS for certain games. Because right now, they have the PS Plus collection where you get upwards of like 18 games when you start up your PS5 for the first time. I know a lot of them are the first party games, but it's super cool that they're doing that. And most of them have, you know, unlocked frame rates. So you're getting God of War 60 frames a second and things like that, you know. Days Gone 60 frames a second. I hope Horizon Zero Dawn gets one soon enough as well. Pretty cool. So as you can see, once again, competition and features coming to one console tends to get the other one and give them a kick up the arse, so they'll get their, you know, own version. And I love that. Competition always makes, you know, better for the consumer. Like, we win at the end of the day because we get more features on more games on both consoles. So hell yes. So let's see where this game boost goes. Alright, next piece of news. We have a new little game I wanted to show off called Rogue Spirit. Looks really cool. It's from 505 Games. This is the publisher on it. And it looks like a nice little 3D hack and slash game, but with a very, very unique mechanic of being able to jump out of your body and possess other enemies and have their skills and that. It looks really beautiful as well. Really, really nice. No matter how much I change the resolution, YouTube is just not compliant with me today. That's all good. That looks kind of cool. I could definitely see some kind of puzzles in that. I like it. We're seeing a massive amount of Japanese and Chinese mythology styled games, and it's super beautiful. I think Biomutant as well has a little bit of that. That's cool. So this is Rogue Spirit. I'm not sure if it has a release date yet. I think they showed it off recently. Probably coming to Switch. Early access on Steam. Okay, there you go. Kids with Sticks. That's the name of the developer. 505 is the publisher. Nice. Keep an eye out for that one. Might be one I play down the line. Cool. Speaking of Biomutant, you know I've been non-stop talking about this game. But they have a brand new trailer. 12-minute gameplay trailer from Game Informer. Basically, right now, showing the game off. Exactly how you're going to be playing it when it comes out at the end of the month. This is launching the 25th of May. It's pretty much coming to everything. PS4, Xbox One, Steam. Not sure if there's a Switch port yet, but it looks pretty cool. I've been waiting for this game for a couple of years. Now we get a look at the final UI, combat. A lot going on for sure. This is the game where you're going to be able to literally create your own little person. Instead of a height and weight generator, like a slider, you're going to have a DNA slider. You can literally create your own little buddy. And I see they've kept the damage numbers in the little comic book. Oh, that's so cool. He's getting wrecked. I like difficult combat. There's something about the colors and that makes me think of Rage 2 a little bit. Rage 2 ended up being a little bit of a one and done, which is kind of sad because I know people wanted another Mad Max game, and I still do, but Rage 2, well, it came out of nowhere. I enjoyed my time with it, you know. It's nowhere near as fast or as satisfying as something like Doom, but it was still a lot of fun. It was closer to Far Cry, you know. It was almost like Bethesda's Far Cry. But I enjoyed my time with it. It's pretty cool. I think the driving was probably the weakest part of it. It's kind of what happened with Mad Max. I think they got a lot of the team behind Mad Max to help out with that. And it's just unfortunate that happens sometimes, that you're given one section of a game and if it doesn't quite work out, you're the one to blame. Look at this little Ottoman. Oh, choo-choo stopped here. Oh, what if we had fuel? So you got some like some conversation choices, maybe some quest choices, maybe you'll have different outcomes. That's really cool. Like, as much as I've been playing a good bit of Elix and that, it had some different endings and different factions, which I actually really enjoyed. Like, if you join one faction, the rest of them would hate you, and it was kind of cool. I like that. See what I'm saying? This definitely has a spiritual side to it. Look at the fur. Wow. Cool. I can't wait. I hope this... I'm not expecting this to run at 60, but this should be a lovely little game on PS5, even with just it being backwards compatible. I can't wait to go around in all the different transport. That's weirdly what I'm most excited for. That hot air balloon and glider look amazing. So yeah, super excited. You know, if we get to a point where the narration is, you know, getting great, and well, we can always just turn that off, can't we? Super cool. Look at this open world. Wow. It has been a minute since I've experienced a true open world game, so I'm excited for this. Excited. Look at that down there. There's the glider. Cool. This probably will get comparisons to Breath of the Wild, but for me, when I first saw it back in 2017, it immediately made me think of The Witcher 3. And that's not a bad thing. OSC LB, so you got some kind of juggling and combos. Cool. I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I can't wait to play this. I think I'm mostly excited for this. Like, Resident Evil Village is going to be awesome. Yeah, speaking of which, a lot of the Metacritic and reviews have just dropped today for Resident Evil, and it seems to be a resounding, you know, great. You know, it's a great reviews. You know how I feel about Metacritic, so I'm not going to promote them or anything, but you know, it seems to be a lot of 9s out of 10s, a lot of high 8s and 9s out of 10s, which is really good. And usually though, I've seen a couple of people that just it didn't gel with, like Greg Miller over at Kind of Funny Games from IGN, and that he's usually pretty damn good with that stuff, but he did not enjoy it at all. So there you go. So a lot of people, you know, it's just one person's opinion. It's all good. It's all good. I think what might be an issue with Resident Evil Village is the fact that, you know, you went from this kind of linear Resident Evil 7, which made it work, and now you start kind of a more open village. Maybe it's too much combat. Who knows? I don't know. People are always... That's the thing with Resident Evil. You either like the action or you don't, you know? It's something that's always been there. It's been horror survival. Alright, cool. So that was Biomutant. That's only 4 minutes. There's a whole 12-minute video over at Game Informer. You can check that out yourself if you want. Massively anticipating that one for sure. It's coming out on the 25th of May. Hell yes! Next up, we have this game that I can't talk about enough. It's a completely hidden gem. I think the issue with it is most people don't remember the name. But this is a game based on Odyssey to the West and the Monkey King. It's called Black Myth Wukong. It's been made by a Chinese developer. And a lot of everyone who sees it is blown away by it, but then they immediately forget the name. So yeah, Black Myth Wukong. Hopefully sometime this year. I would say maybe next year, but it's so impressive. Any kind of these games surrounding Japanese mythology or Chinese mythology, excuse me, is always super cool. This one's no different. I've always been a fan of anything got to do with the Monkey King, and he pops up a good bit. This looks amazing. I think it's done by, if it's not like a very small team, it may even just be one dev. It's one of those kind of games, and I hope it does really well. The combat looks amazing. There seems to be ways to kind of shift into different. I've seen him like turn into this little cricket, and he flew by a lot of enemies if you want to sneak past them. Kind of cool. Let's get into some combat. So this is the most recent trailer. And once you see gameplay, you're like, what the hell? Like, this here, like, this is not a cutscene. This is gameplay. So cool. Pre-alpha game build, work in progress. Yeah, so this is a long way away, you know. Even next year might be a little bit, you know, a little bit too generous. But we'll see. Yeah, this is actual gameplay. I could see this being a next-gen only game as well. So yeah, you're playing as the Monkey King himself, and he has the ability to shapeshift into this little bug. And probably many more things. Combat looks amazing. You've got this pole arm, and the amount of damage. I'm a sucker. This is a game like you would probably want to turn off the HUD because it's just so beautiful. I think this is where he transforms back out and takes on this guy himself. Boom! It's crazy. Look at the foliage and the puddles and everything. Wow. The fidelity of games, we're really reaching that near photorealistic. Oh yeah, so it actually has like a finished UI and everything. Wow, okay. So this might not be that far off. Boom! He broke the guard. Hell yeah. Damn, that was an ass whooping. Oh, you can even throw the pole arm. Cool. Or staff, whichever you want to call it. Nice, deflecting bullets. Sick. Oh, it's arrows even, excuse me. Well, you never know, there might be some guns in it. How beautiful is this? Wow. Okay, we got a little boss now. So yeah, this did get a good bit of traction recently, thanks to, I think it was IGN. You know, we hate them, but even I have to use them for news at times. This looks bad ass. Look how cool the Monkey King looks. Like, it's fucking awesome. Nice, we got a little boss meter, health meter down the bottom. I love to see it. I like how minimal the UI is. It's got, it seems to be like a health and mana and stamina. You know how I feel about stamina meters. Nice bit of debris there as well. Cool. Developers love to show that kind of stuff off. The average gamer, you know, we don't focus on, like, we don't even see half that stuff, but it's not always that easy to program. Cool. Jeez, look at the flame. Whoa! Nice. I could see this game being, you know, a lot of Dark Souls fans playing this one. It's hard not to see a stamina meter and think of that, you know. Hard to see a lot of cool special moves as well. Nice. Holy crap, he is destroying him. Boom! And he's able to take his weapon. Badass. Nice. Straight into his backpack. The Arse TARDIS. At this level, there he goes, shifting back. It's super cool. See, he had called back up after he died. Jesus Christ! Look at the size of that joke. I wonder, could you fight that thing? My God, it's a big old Tengu or something. So yeah, this level pretty much feels finished, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to operate like that, or are you going to have this kind of connected world a la Dark Souls? Hell yeah. Ooh, that's so cool. Maybe a merchant or something. Jesus. The design is incredible. It's nasty. Looks like he's swinging his balls around. Yeah, this is Black Myth Wukong. And I think it might be one of their first games as well. I think that's why it's caught everybody's eye. It's just so impressive, so visually impressive. Skulls on the ground. Nice. I know From Software did lean into Japanese mythology with Sekiro. I feel like they're moving on. They're doing a lot of kind of singular games. So, like, whether people want Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 4 or Bloodborne 2, you know, it seems like From Software are moving on. It's probably to try and keep their creative juices flowing. But we've gone from, you know, Bloodborne to Sekiro now to Elden Ring. All of them individually unique IPs, you know, instead of being sequels or spiritual successors and that. Still got that beautiful From Software formula. So it's interesting. We'll see. Because it doesn't seem to be like a success thing, you know. They're not at all worried about success, and they shouldn't be, you know. Everyone's going to buy their games. Usually a sequel would hinge on the success of the original game, but it doesn't seem to matter too much to them. Cool, he's already charging off. This is badass. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. He took out like 4 of them. Nice. Sometimes like watching just one-on-one combat can show a little bit of weakness in a game's combat. So to see him take on multiple enemies like this is pretty cool. Hell yeah. Nice. They're definitely going for a minimalistic HUD and that. Like, you don't see any energy bars. Oh, another shape. He's after shape-shifting into some giant fucking wolf. Tiger. Looks like maybe this is his Monkey King version. Or yeah, form. Oh, it's so badass. What I will say is the camera work is fantastic. That's always the hardest thing to get for a new developer. It's hard to get right. It's hard to get right for veteran developers. So, yeah, I think they've nailed it. Never seemed to interfere at all with the combat there. And this is pre-alpha. I mean, this is more polished than some games that are out now. So yeah, that was Black Myth Wukong. Keep an eye out for that one, probably sometime next year. Hell yeah. And now we can end things off. Not a whole lot of new game news today, but I thought we'd show off some actual games, you know. We're going to end with a brand new trailer for the Lord of the Rings Gollum game. Thought that was an ad loading. So yeah, a lot of people are waiting for this one. We don't quite know what it is yet. We know it's going to be kind of stealthy. Is it going to be like something like Styx, that stealth game? Who knows? But Gollum, he almost looks cute in this game. God bless him. We'll see. It's about time he got his own game. I believe it's been done by, is it Dialect, who made a lot of like point-and-click adventure games and that. But this looks amazing. If that's true gameplay, hell yeah. There's certain universes like Lord of the Rings and even Harry Potter to an extent where you want them to keep making games in them, you know? You don't want them to just stop all of a sudden. I miss those old licensed Harry Potter games that were awesome. And the same with the Lord of the Rings games, like the Lord of the Rings Two Thrones and that. That was all EA as well. And they made such great games. I'll never forget them. I think the Two Thrones had Fellowship of the Ring and Two Thrones in it. It was awesome. I remember switching over. You could play missions and play co-op with like Legolas and Aragorn and Gimli. So much fun. Those were the days of awesome licensed games, for sure. So yeah, we'll see how this is going. I mean, it looks quite polished. This one I don't think has a proper release date yet either. But it's looking very good. Looking very good. Does it just say Xbox at the end of it? No, I didn't say anything. Okay. Nikon as well. Interesting. Cool. So we've had the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor games, which are cool. This is completely separate from that, obviously. Not even the same developer. I would love to see them finish out that trilogy in some fashion. So it was crazy that I got a sequel at all. Like, they're great games. A lot of fun. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. Like I said, no messing around. Let's move over to some Resident Evil. That was today's Daily Dose of Gaming. Thank you for joining me. We got to show off so many games. Shadow Warrior 3, Rogue Spirit, Biomutant, Black Myth Wukong, and Lord of the Rings Gollum. Which looks really good, actually. I'm impressed. I had a feeling that I was a little bit worried. Is it going to be something like a Telltale game? Well, we'll see. If it's closer to something like Styx or even the Thief games, that could be cool too. Hell yeah! All right.